Everybody, what is going on? So we just watched TNA, and I do have to say it was another great one. Great job by TNA. They need to continue to they need to continue to go on this streak of having good shows. I feel like that's how they're gonna get their fans back. Not all of them, because half of them are just freaking douchebags who has nothing better to do than bash on anything and everything somebody does. Those people really are stupid. But let's get into tonight's show. We start off with I Am Iconic. Matt Hardy comes out with Tyrus and Ribby Sky, as the Pope said. I mean, oh my gosh, the Pope on commentary is awesome. I really think so. He's really awesome. Then Eric Young and Bram comes out, and Eric Young talks about how he took out Jeff Hardy. He is the one that the world title goes through, and which was pretty great. Then we had Kurt Angle come out. Fans go completely bananas because Kurt Angle's a fucking beast. And, he talks blah, blah, blah. Just about how he's going to whoop everybody's ass. He does. He's awesome. But, then we see, Beer Money come out. And, they start going at it. Everybody's just in a fight. And, we see the Decay come out. I said it last week. That is an awesome tag team. Especially with Rosemary, I think that's her name. So they call her on Twitter. It says TNA Rosemary, so I'm guessing her name is Rosemary. She is pretty freaking awesome. Pretty freaking awesome. Not pretty freaking. What the fuck? I love it. Then the Wolves come out. Sets up Hardcore War. My theme for TNA tonight. It was just straight up great. Hardcore. Especially with the X Division match, plus the Hardcore War match, and the fucking briefcase shot. We'll get to that next. And, well, not next, it didn't happen next. But, so after, let's see, the first match, we saw Bobby Lashley versus Aiden O'Shea. And if you guys remember Cut Check a couple years ago, we saw Mr. Aiden O'Shea. He was Jay Bradley. He had the boomstick, which was that massive clothesline he did. I just wanted to bring that up because I swear that was him. Versus Bobby Lashley, which is this okay matchup. I don't think those two guys really clicked with each other. No real chemistry there, but the match was okay. We saw something with Recoil again. And I'm guessing Bobby Lashley's turning heel, by the way. He said something to Kurt Angle in the back, and what he said to Kurt Angle last week. So I'm guessing Bobby Lashley heel turn is a coming. So yeah, that was an okay match. Then we go to commercial break. We're back. The Miracle, Mike Bennett's wife, Maria, comes out, and I'm loving that she's getting back in the wrestling. She hasn't wrestled. I haven't seen her wrestling forever. I know she wrestled in WWE, and she did okay. I mean, she did fine. And I think that's just great that there's another knockout coming to the Knockouts division. That's what they need to build that Knockouts division up, and it's a great way to do it with Maria. And I swear Maria's so great on the mic. But out comes one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time. I can throw her in that with Lita, Trish, Mae Young. That's old, yeah. I said Mae Young. Mickie James, and now you could probably throw in Gail Kim, because Gail Kim has done really great in this business. She's been WWE Divas Champion, probably WWE Women's Champion. I don't know if around that time, but when they had that belt still. She's been Knockouts Champion plenty of times. I think she's solidified her spot as one of the top women's wrestlers of all time. And then so, we'll go back, another commercial, Hardcore War. This match was great. It got the fans really into this matchup early, with James Storm hitting Bram with a beer keg. He brought out a beer keg. Oh my god. And sits it on Bram's yam bags and hits it with a chair. Fans want more. He does it again. No more kids for Bram, even if you don't have it. He's the fucking dumb with no kids. But great match. The K end up winning with Bram and Eric Young. So it was a great match. Like I said, theme of the night, Hardcore War. They really had Hardcore War. The fans said this was awesome. They chanted TNA. You know what? That's great for TNA. They need to get the fans into it more. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. And then now we go to another match, which is Drew Galloway versus Tyrus. And it was an okay match. Tyrus dominated a lot. Drew Galloway was trying to get it back in it. And here's where I say we go back to the theme of Hardcore War. Lights go out. I'm like, what's this? And they're like, oh, it's got to be Mike Bennett. What we saw last week with Mike Bennett and Drew Galloway getting into it was like money. That's going to be good. And there's Mike Bennett with the freaking world title Feast or Fire briefcase. Smacks Drew Galloway over the head with it. And there's a fucking dent in that briefcase. And this like made a hole in it and everything. That was fucking crazy. That's why I say that goes back to another theme of Hardcore War. Mike Bennett, Drew Galloway, please don't screw this up. Put this on a pay-per-view. Make fans buy it. That is a one hell of a matchup. I do sometimes feel like TNA is giving a lot of matches up for free when they could go to pay-per-view with it. But I also feel like I think they're trying to build up their fan base again. You remember when they had 1 million viewers? That's when you really can go and put out a pay-per-view because, you know, I mean, there's 1 million viewers. A lot of them is going to pay for it if they're watching it every week. So that's great. They probably want to do something like that again. Maybe not try to get to 1 million because I doubt it's going to happen. We got too much haters nowadays. But at least try to get up to like 500,000 before you go and do another pay-per-view. Try to get at least like 200,000, 300,000 to buy it. I mean, that's what I feel like that should happen. So our next match is for the X Division Championship. Tigre Uno's out first, and then Shane Helms comes out with no ring attire, no ring gear, and he says, I'm not dressed for the occasion, obviously, and brings out a guy he mentored plenty of times throughout the years, and it's Trevor Lee, former tag team champion with Brian Myers, aka Kurt Hawkins, and they put on a show. One hell of a matchup. And I mean, Trevor Lee did dominate, but Tigre Uno did throw in some really cool moves. Trevor Lee was going to do that kick from the apron while Tigre Uno was on the outside. Tigre Uno caught his leg, pulled that shit up. Face first goes Trevor Lee on the ring apron. Then you see Tigre Uno go out of the way of the camera, runs up, jumps off the steel steps, hits that Hurricane Rana, pops Trevor Lee's back off the mat, which was pretty awesome. So then we see a couple more cool moves, and I swear, that Fisherman's Buster turned freaking Tigre Uno inside out. He picked him up, probably thought we were about to just go back down with it, picked it up instead, turned over with it. Oh my god, the impact. 1, 2, 3, Trevor Lee's your new X Division champion. I like Tigre Uno as X Division champion, but we needed a change. I think the change is right. Trevor Lee, I think, will do great things for X Division. He personifies X Division. I think that's a great fit for TNA with Trevor Lee in the X Division. So that's 2 championships for Trevor Lee already in TNA. He's only 22, and he said it on the camera if you didn't see that. But, you know, that was pretty cool. And so the next thing we got to talk about is the EC3. Is his interview. I swear, this dude is Mr. TNA. He put on one hell of a promo. Did a one hell of a job. That made us. Did a great. So I feel like he's Mr. TNA now. It's true. It's damn true. I stole that from Kurt Angle. Yeah, he used to say that. Well, he probably still does. Whatever. So that basically builds up to him having probably going to confront Matt Hardy next episode if they're in the UK next episode. I think they are. But we go to our world title match, the main event, which was so far TNA's had a great show. Surprisingly, no knockouts match, but the promo work for them two was pretty damn good, talking about Maria and Gail Kim. So, our world title match, Kurt Angle versus Matt Hardy, Mr. Iconic. And they put on a great match. I feel like they could have done what they did the first episode of Impact on Pop, where they had commercial free and just showed some long ass commercial. I think I'm fine with that because the match was great. They had no interruptions. They probably could have done no interruptions here, but the match was still good. Kurt Angle, like 13 motherfucking suplexes on Matt Hardy. Suplex City for sure. The fans were chanting it too. I was chanting it, sitting in my chair, to be honest. But whatever. Matt Hardy ends up winning, though, with a twist of fate off the top. He's been doing that a lot lately. I don't know if that's going to be his new permanent finisher. I think I like it. So great match. Matt Hardy's still your champion. Kurt Angle loses his first match on the TNA Farewell Tour. Let's see what happens next week. And that's going to end this episode of my review. TNA Hardcore War 2-2-16. Everybody, thanks for watching. And last review got 100 and something views. Let's see if we can hit that again. Thanks, guys, for the support. It's been amazing. 62 subscribers. Hoping we get to 100 soon. But please like, subscribe, and comment so there can be more reviews coming. Tomorrow night, of course, is our Lucha Underground review. And let's see what happens there. Last week's episode was pretty damn great. So was TNA's this week.